Hello, y'all. I am recording this relatively late, and so I hope you're not disappointed if I do not have all my usual accoutrement, but I have just received some late-breaking news about Avatar: The Last Airbender, and I think that y'all should hear all this. This was a pleasant surprise. We finally have the actors who have been cast in the 4 major slots in the Netflix remake of Avatar: The Last Airbender. It's great to finally have some news. It seems that after years of stagnation, years of opposition between the showrunners of the original Avatar and Netflix execs, that resulted in the showrunners leaving to eventually work on Avatar Studios. After all that, it seems that we finally have some firm news about what this Avatar: The Last Airbender remake is going to look like. We had already received confirmation that the show is going to film from November of this year to May of next year, so expect the first season of this remake to be released either late next year or early the year after that. Based on production schedules I have hitherto observed, I think those are the most likely possibilities for release dates of the show. But on to the cast, because this is really important. People have been fan casting the show literally since it was announced way back in 2018. So it's great to finally have some firm information. I must say that we do not have an official source, but we have as close as we can come to an official source, that being Avatar News. I trust Avatar News. I believe in Avatar News. Some people have said, wrongly, that Avatar News' announcement is based only on social media follows. I assure you it is not. They explicitly say in the announcement that it is not. So I'm kind of befuddled at how so many people got this wrong, but anyway. The article announcing this says that the writer is 99.9% sure this is the actual cast and that they are willing to stake their reputation on it. So I, in turn, am willing to stake my own reputation as a critic and analyst and video essayist on this information being correct. So without further ado, here is what has been announced regarding the actors who have been cast in the 4 major roles in the Netflix remake of Avatar: The Last Airbender. For Aang, the lead character, by most measures, and the little airbender destined to save the world, we have Gordon Comier. He is 11 years old, he is Filipino-Canadian, and he has previously starred in, among other things, Netflix's Lost in Space reboot. For Katara, the 14-year-old compassionate and motherly, yet fiercely idealistic waterbender from the Southern Water Tribe, we have, I apologize in advance for butchering this name, Kia Wentio Tarbell. She has previously been in Netflix's Anne with an E. She's a good actress, and I think she fits the role. For Sokka, the non-bender from the Southern Water Tribe, who is Katara's brother, and who acts like a fierce warrior, even though he is, in reality, quite insecure, we have Ian Owsley. He is 19, and you might have seen him in Netflix's 13 Reasons Why, if you kept watching that terrible show like I unfortunately did. At least I caught some parts of it. Now, this is the casting announcement that has attracted the most ire from Twitter radicals who have nothing better to do with their lives. than attack people and call themselves activists and defenders of all that is moral and just and good for doing so, because there is no ethnological information about him available, which has led some people who take everything in as bad faith as possible just so they can have excuses to condemn people to think that this actor is white, which he's not. He pretty obviously isn't. Maybe he just doesn't have that information available because he does not want a bunch of armchair activists trying to act like they are so holier than thou when they criticize this casting choice, when in reality they are just a bunch of sad sectarian fools. If you want to criticize this casting choice, fine. But if you want to go and say that you're being some sort of moral crusader by viciously attacking this choice as being somehow not sufficiently progressive or radical, you're kind of a sad person, and I feel sorry for you. You're much less impressive than you think you are. And that is the case with a lot of these Twitter radicals who just find an excuse to denounce anyone they don't like. It gives them the chance to viciously attack people and call themselves good people and moral defenders and activists for doing so. It's kind of disgusting, and I can't stand for it. As someone who actually does care quite a bit about actually fighting for a better world, I have no patience or time for those who think that by endlessly condemning any announcement that does not appear to measure up to their super radical standards, that they are making the world a better place. I assure you that you're not. You're just not. Sorry for the rant, but I think it's important to say this tedious, moralizing tendency just seems to be growing stronger on social media, and I hate it. Are we all clear? Okay, moving on. For Zuko, the firebender and everyone's favorite tormented Byronic fire prince, who constantly chases around the Avatar, we have Dallas Liu. He is Chinese, Indonesian, American. He is 20 years old, and of the four main actors who have been cast for these four major parts, he is the only one who has not previously been in a Netflix production. He has been in Hulu's Pen 15, and he will in the future play a significant part in an upcoming Marvel movie. That being Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings. So there you have it, folks. Those are your four major actors that will be playing your four major cast members. I can't say I have any real problems with the cast. I'm vaguely familiar with Owsley and Liu, and I mostly like them, although I don't really have strong opinions on them. I have very little to go off in terms of the two younger actors, but I'm sure they'll do great as well. My fingers are crossed for them. I know that if they do anything less than a perfect job, or even if they do a perfect job, they are going to get ceaselessly mobbed by so-called Avatar fans who just really want to attack any choice this new show makes that does not square with the show that they have formed such a strong bond with. I'm not saying y'all have to like the show. I'm just saying give it a chance, and please, please do not attack these young actors. Our cast does not seem to be a PR nightmare like what happened with the Shyamalan movie, wherein everyone was white except for the villain Zuko, which is obviously a problem. Now, there will be those sectarians who get off on criticizing anyone for doing anything that they deem insufficiently radical, who will attack this cast, but I think these people are best ignored. They are a loud minority. and this will be the last I say about them, except that when people are making a show that does really try to convey a diverse world, there is a terrible tendency on the internet to just devolve into moralistic squabbling, and I really, really hope that doesn't happen. That doesn't mean we can't criticize this new show, we should, but there's a difference between criticizing something and just viciously attacking anyone that doesn't parrot back the same ideals you hold. But again, enough about that. I like this cast, I really do. What does it mean for the future of the show? Well, it means that, for one, I highly doubt they will indulge in any Zutara interactions because there is a significant age gap between the 20-year-old actor playing Zuko and the 14-year-old actor playing Katara. Now, I don't need Zutara to happen. Yes, I am the guy who makes a bunch of Zutara videos, but that is more because I like the relationship between these two, whether it's romantic or not, and because I am not the biggest fan of Katang. I don't need these two to be in a romantic relationship, but I will say that there is a spark between them that, I'm sorry, is somewhat romantic. Obviously, Katara and Zuko don't take it in that direction, but that spark still exists. There is the possibility that these two could be together in that way, even if they're not. So, by making there be such a big difference between the actors for these two characters, the Zuko and Katara relationship will be significantly different. I'm not saying it'll be worse, just that it will be different. It's also worth pointing out that Zuko has been canonically aged up a year in this reboot, possibly to fit with the older actor playing him. The same is also true of Sokka. Zuko is 17, Sokka is 16 canonically. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed this update. If you liked what you saw today, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Donate to my Patreon if you can. If you want to see more videos like this. I know I've said some things you might have disagreed with in this video. That's fine. Please comment down below, whatever your thoughts might be, but please be civil. Just attacking anyone who doesn't hold the exact same beliefs as you do is not a recipe for building a better world. It just isn't. So anyway, tune in soon for my next analysis. It will be coming soon. Thank you all again. Adios, comrades.